All right, students, let's talk about how our projects are coming along. As you saw with the dice and the button, I want to talk a little bit about how you are going to code your card game. When I look at my cards and dice, we're going to look at both of those. Again, we can code 1 to 13 to figure out if it's an ace, and then 11 is jack, 12 is queen, and 13 would be king. And then we can also code 1 to 4 to figure out if it's which suit it would be. We can use both those codes together or make a list. 1 to 52 or 54 if you want jokers. Put in pictures, put in what you want it to say, and then you can code so that this will pretty much be able to, done this a couple different ways, so that this will pretty much be able to say what you want it to according to what you get as your random generator. Remember that VLOOKUP. I'm not going to show you all that. You're going to have to go back to the dice one and see how you can incorporate it. I'll give you more clues tomorrow if you're still having a hard time. But if you watch those videos from yesterday, you should be able to get that. With the coins, you need to get this set up as a chart. You can make it however you want, but next week we're going to use this coins a lot. We're going to talk about fair odds, and we're going to talk about not fair. Right now, pretty simple. I have one coin, so I want you to set up one coin somewhere, and two coins, and they are acting independently. So that this is now tails, and those both turned into tails. Oh, they both turned into heads. Again, 25% of the time, they're going to, or 50% of the time they'll be the same. 50% of the time, the two should be different. This is much better than us using an actual coin because we can flip it, and then we're going to talk about how to enter. Oh, were there two heads? No, there's a head and a tail, or a tail and a head. And we're going to start keeping track of our data. So work on that. We'll get that set up. We're also going to keep track of the single coin, head versus tail. And we're going to see if we can create something that will tabulate that for us. And we can flip this coin 100 times maybe, and let's see if it's fair. Then we can change how fair it is. We can change it by putting in different variables. Instead of just 1 and 2, we can put in 3 possibilities, and such as this. If it is greater than 1, so if it was 2 or 3, then it would be this. So we can adjust the percentage, adjust that variable, and make it so that the coin is not fair. But you need to set up a table so we can play around with this next week. Again, make it colorful, make it however you want to use it. I used an old Roman coin. You can use whatever you'd like, because I'm also going to give you some history. It used to be heads and ships in this case, and the heads and tails is an interesting one. If you look at the British coins, you'll see so many animals, whereas we have a bird that doesn't quite have a traditional tail, but it does have a bird tail on the back of our coin. And then some of our coins don't have that at all. They have something to do with buildings or parliamentary procedures and people and lots of other things that we can think of. So see if you can set up your coin ready to go, and see what you can set up for your playing cards. And let's see what we can make. Send me questions, send me ideas, or send me, hey, I figured this out. And I'll also be sending you out, I just saw a code break. It had Macklemore on it, and they talked about making apps for phones, which, like the Mad Lib one, and a lot of other fun ways that you can create breakout rooms. So ways to think about this logic and coding. So here's a quick one that I made, and I'm going to guess some letters to see what shows up. I'll put in an I. Oops. I'll put an I up here, and let's see what shows up. Let's try an A. Doesn't matter where I put anything here, it's going to start showing up. What will it say? And I'm just going to randomly, doesn't matter, again, the way I've coded this, I can put letters anywhere I want. Let's get the vowels out there. And I do know what this says, but I will give you a chance to think, what will it possibly say? And there we are.